children, it's Mrs. Lee here. How are you? Hope that you are okay. Me, thank you for asking. I'm okay too. Come with me, let's do the routine board. What's the time, Mr. Wall? Well, I can see that both of the hands, both of our pencils are pointing to the number. That's right, 12. Now we know that the long hand, the minute hand, which is our yellow pencil, is that's right, it's the minute hand, and it's pointing to 12, and that always means it's o'clock. Can you say that for me? O'clock. Say it to the person next to you, o'clock. Brilliant. Now, the green pencil, which is the hour hand, is behind the yellow pencil, but it's pointing towards the 12 as well. So we put it all together and we get, that's right, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock when you may be having your lunch, or 12 o'clock at midnight when you're fast asleep. What else have we got on our routine board? Well, we're still in the month of September, but only for a short while. Maybe when you are watching this, we've already tipped over into October. Don't know. But at the moment when I am filming this, it is September, so we're going to continue with Makaton. I wonder what our language of the month will be next, though. How exciting! Now, over my shoulder, we have our Makaton sign. Now, it's one that Mrs. Lee has drawn because she couldn't find it in her book. Now, I don't know if you can read my writing, but this word is gentle, and you have to stroke the top of your hand twice. Put that back, gentle. Can you sign gentle? Sign it for me, gentle. Now, why do you think Mrs. Lee wants us to think about being gentle? That's right, children. Just over my other shoulder, we've got our golden rules, haven't we? And they are here to keep everybody, that's right, happy and safe. Happy and safe. And the first one that we have is we are gentle. Now, gentle can mean so many things. Sometimes we think about gentle when maybe we were holding a baby. Maybe if you've ever held a baby, the person near you has said, be gentle, be gentle. Yes? Or maybe you've got a little kitten and you're trying to stroke the kitten, and maybe the grown-up near you has said to you, be gentle as you stroke the kitten. Right. So we should know what the word gentle means. Now, I'm going to give you another word. Compassion. Can you say that? Compassion. Now, I'm going to talk more about compassion over the next few weeks, especially with the children in the junior school, because we want everyone to show compassion. It's a bit like being gentle, all right, to everybody. We need everybody to be gentle, to show compassion when we are out and about. Now, I don't know if you can see, I'm just going to tuck you back here. I'm going to read this book to you in a minute. It's called Be Kind, which is linked to our golden rules. And gentleness is the word that we're really thinking about, being gentle. Can you remember that other word that I just said? That's right, compassion. And also this month, we will be celebrating Black History Month. Now, we're going to do lots and lots of different things, hopefully. I'm really looking forward to it. I've started off with a display in the research centre. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you see? Now, there's some books out there that you can read, and I'm going to start to add more books to celebrate Black History Month, okay? It's really, really important that we are thinking about other people in our community. And the Black History Month gives us the opportunity to look at other authors that you might not have looked at before. So the author of the month is Trish Cook. Now, you might have some of her books already at home. If you have, can you let me know? If you've got any other ones, can you also let me know? Mrs. Lee will go out and buy them. But this week, we're going to think about this story. Now, this story is called Be Kind. I went shopping the other day and I saw this book and it shone out to me. And I thought, oh, I love this word kind. And oh, I like bees. And there are still some bees just still hovering around at the moment, just before we go into the autumn. We're still at the end of this summer and there are bees around still, and we need to look after the bees. But we also need to be kind to each other, don't we? What was that word again? That's right, compassion. Right, this book is about Grumpy Ben. Ooh, I wonder if you know a Grumpy Ben. I love this front cover when I open up the book. Whoa, what does that remind you of? Makes me think of bees, but also in our research centre, we've got our tables are covered, aren't they, on the sides with yellow and black, like a hazard. Right, be kind is our story. Listen really carefully because there's lots of lovely words in here. Ben was having a bad day. He was really down in the dumps. He didn't want to share his toys and so he got the grumps. He hadn't felt like being kind when his sister asked to play, so when Mum said, "It's Bella's turn," he sulked and ran away. He stomped out into the garden and pulled up all the plants. He stamped on all the flowers in a furious, frenzied dance. Oh gosh, look at him. Ever felt like that? I know I have. Sorry, children. Buzzing through the bushes was Belinda the honeybee. She'd seen the fuss that morning and had watched Ben carefully. Whoa, look at her face. Do you think Belinda's impressed? She looks a bit surprised, doesn't she? Belinda flew to find all her friends, the buzzy honey crew. Let's show Ben that being kind is something he must do. They sprinkled magic pollen from their fuzzy buzzy knees all over Ben, who scrunched his nose as he began to sneeze. Achoo. Every time Ben shrieked, "Achoo!" he became a little less tall. He spluttered, wheezed and sneezed until he was really, really small. See how small he is? First, Ben felt a little scared. Then Belinda said, "Grab my wings, come with me and I'll show you a bee's eye view of things." Belinda and Ben skimmed over puddles that looked like massive lakes. They whizzed past towering toadstools and worms the size of snakes. Then they flew through flowery forests as big birds filled the sky. They swooped past sticky spider webs as huge hares hopped right by. "Welcome," said Belinda as they buzzed up to a tree. "This is where I live and work with all the other honey bees." The bees had lots of different jobs, a role for everyone. The hive was built on teamwork and together they had fun. There's the queen bee, there's the builder bees, there's the guard bees, there's the nanny bees, and there's the worker bees. I like that word, teamwork. We've got yes, it's our Hopwood hero, isn't it? It's Teamwork Tiger. God, it's a bit like our little gang, isn't it? "Why are those bees dancing?" Ben asked as he saw them groove. "They're leading us to nectar with their wiggle-waggle moves." Then Ben asked, "Who eats the honey that the bees prepare?" "Well, we all get some," said Belinda. "It's for everyone to share." Oh, I love that word, share. "You all work together," said Ben, "like one big family." Belinda said, "There's one more thing I think you need to see. Trees and flowers need our help, so when we're on the go, we spread their pollen all around. It helps more plants to grow." Oh, I love that, spreading. Can you say that word, spreading? Spreading the love, eh? Then small Ben remembered how unkind he'd been before. Belinda had taught him lots of things he couldn't just ignore. "I need to share with Bella and work together to improve. I'll show her all the things I've learnt and how bees move and groove." when it comes to kindness. I can see you've got it right. I'm going to be a bit more bee when I'm back to normal height. Belinda saw that Ben had learnt and he wanted to make a change. So she gave him a taste of honey and he started to feel a bit strange. What do you think is going to happen? That's right, he's going to grow. Reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. His body began to tingle. His limbs started to grow. Soon he was back to Big Ben's size. Stretched out from head to toe. Oh, I can't get my leg up, children. Now, anytime Ben plays with Bella, his bee friends buzz to mind. He remembers all he learnt that day, and he always tries to be kind. One has that funky back. And that's all we ask children, is you try to remember to be kind. Try to be gentle. Can you remember that word, compassion? We'd like you to show compassion. So if you see somebody who's feeling sad, maybe you could go and find a grown-up to see if they can come and help them. All right then. Now, you've sat really, really well and listened to my lovely story. I've really enjoyed sharing my new book with you. I'm going to look after my book, yes? If you would like to read my book at lunchtime, I will leave it here, but can you look after it for me? It needs to stay up here, up high. I've got something else to quickly show you. Do you remember Belinda? That's right, there she is, Belinda. That's from the book. It's Glinda. There, they rhyme, don't they? Here's Glinda. She's in her bubble. Can you remember Mrs. Booth and Mrs. Lee being in our bubbles? What did we not want our bubbles to do? We didn't want them to pop. So we have to, can you remember? That's right. In our bubbles, we need to make sure that they stay intact. We do not want them to pop. We do not want them to burst. We want them to stay. Now, we know that soon, fingers crossed, that the lovely Mrs. Whittam is going to get us a big digging pile. And she has said, do the children know what a tool is? I said, yes, of course they do. She said, do the children know what a spade is? I said, yes, of course they do. She said, do they know not to mix them? I said, oh. Have I told you that? I don't know, can't remember. Right, the trowel, the small spade, the trowel, the small one, the one that you hold with your hand, that has to stay away, far, far away from the big spade. The spade is the one that you need your wellies with. Do you remember? Mrs. Lee said, you need your wellies, then you can go out digging with the big spade. Mrs. Lee had it. I can't find it. I've hidden it. I put it away somewhere safe. So I need you to imagine in this hand, I've got a little trowel. That's fine. You can use the trowel, but you must not mix the trowel with the spade. I'm going to put some pictures out to help us because I haven't got anything here to show you. I'm so sorry, children. Right, so I've told you you need your wellies. I've told you that some things are tools, some things are toys. I've told you what a spade is. I've told you what a trowel is. And I've told you that the spade and the trowel cannot mix. Okay, I've told you about being in a bubble like Glinda, and I've told you about being kind like Belinda. Whew, that's a lot of information, isn't it? I hope that you can remember it. Maybe if you see Mrs. Lee around, you can remind Mrs. Lee, because she's getting old, isn't she? She forgets things. But I have remembered one thing. We need to finish with our school prayer. It's really important. Put your hands together or put your arms folded like this. Or maybe you could put your hands in your lap. I don't mind. You can close your eyes if you want, but you must say the words. Now I'm going to say them slowly. You need to keep up with me. Not race ahead and not be too slow. Ready? Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work and all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Did you say the words with me? Oh, thank you. Right, have a lovely, lovely week. I hope lots of you get numbers in boxes for making sure that you're showing us the golden rules to keep everybody happy and safe. Bye, children.